Hello, everybody. I hope all is well. Y'all, it is. I do apologize because I meant to come on at the beginning of the month and say happy September. Y'all, can you believe we are in September? We are getting ready to close out the third quarter. Can you believe that? Because I was just blown away. When I was looking at, I was trying to figure out some things, and I was just blown away. I couldn't believe that we were already here. And so tonight I decided I'm going to go live in the group as well as go live on my page and doing some other things as well. Because we, oh my gosh, it's just been so much going on. Um, Let me see. Hold on one second. Let me find this other spot because I'm working by myself tonight, yo. But it's a cool thing. It is so cool because in this season that we're in, it's been kind of interesting for me because I have felt like I'm experiencing some things um that are a little different from me. And I actually was talking to somebody today, and it kind of blew me away that we have all been kind of experiencing um hold on one second. It that we have all been experiencing some of the same things. And one of my girlfriends, she was like, this is the season that we're going and the crazy part, I've had this conversation with two people. She said, this is the seed. They were okay, y'all. It's hard for me to get out. This is that season where we have to have the hard conversations. I was like, huh? I was like, you are right, because sometimes we have to have those hard conversations, and they don't sound alike to everybody because I've heard this, and sometimes I know that I can be short in my tone, and I know that if you know who you are, you know that you can be short in your tone. And it was like, you just can't talk to me any kind of way. But at the end of the day, if you are friends with somebody, you know their temperament. If you are friends with somebody, you know what that you know who how they are and what they talk about and how they talk. And y'all, as you come in, please drop your name and let me know you're here, and tell me where you're coming in from. If you're watching the replay, then definitely put the replay on here, because we have to really we really have to start to have those hard conversations, and then be okay if those conversations end with you not having it ends up being a pruning session. That's the only way, that's the easiest way that I can do it. Does it hurt? Yes. Do you feel some kind of way? Yes. But we also have to start to look at that, where we are going forward in the season that we're coming out of, and in what is going on now in this climate. We have to realize that everybody can't go with us to that next level. Even down to some of you are planning events. You're planning certain things. And a lot of us, I know, I don't have a problem with collaborating with anybody. It's just that we all have to be on the same page, but you also got to have that thick skin when you're in a collaboration project with people, and be able to talk and be frank with each other, and be able to give that constructive criticism about where you're going and what you're doing and how you're doing it. And so many times we fail to accept that constructive criticism. Hey, Sister Stewart, how you be? We fail to accept that constructive criticism because you don't know how to accept how that person is speaking to you. Another girlfriend that I was just speaking to, she was like, yeah, I'm working on that too, because sometimes a lot of times people think that I'm yelling at them, or they think that I'm talking to them some kind of way. And she was like, I'm learning to just wait, because they just don't understand that I'm passionate about what I'm doing. I'm passionate about what I'm talking about. I'm passionate about the situation that we're in. And I was like, you know what? I can agree with that. I understand that. That sometimes we get so passionate about what we're doing that we may come off aggressive. But one thing that we both agreed on, if you're my friend and you're somebody I'm supposed to be close with, then you should be able to come back and say, you was a little out there. You need to bring that in. Can we talk later? It shouldn't be to the point that you're cutting people off. And I know I'm the queen of it, because my brothers and I were talking about that too. Because even when we were younger, um, it's just only so much. And I know we got this from our dad. It's just only so much that we could take from people. It's like, you do me wrong one time, I'm done. And then I got to where, as I got older, I started letting people get close to me, and I said, oh, I'll forgive them, forgive them, forgive them. But then it got to the point I put the wall back up. How many of y'all are experiencing putting the wall back up? um because you don't know how to handle those communication tools to say, hey, I really didn't like the way you said that to me, but I understand. Because sometimes we got to start looking at too, is not what somebody says, is how they say it, and how do you receive it. Because sometimes, and then on the opposite of that, you got to realize too that you can come off kind of special as well. Because so many times I know, not I know, well, so many times I've spoken to some people, and they were talking about how this person did this person did that, and then they'll start to feel some kind of way, because I was like, so what did you do? Being introspective, you got to go in and look at what did you do to have this situation go to the way that it did. And I'm really going somewhere where I didn't plan on going, but it's like, you got to really start to, in this season of having those hard conversations, start to have those hard conversations with you. Start to look at, what did I do wrong? Or how could I have made that situation better? Or how did I look? What did I do to help assist the situation going left? We have got to learn to um be have those hard conversations with ourselves, because God wants us to be introspective. He wants us to look at ourselves. He wants us to look in that mirror and see, who do we see. He wants us to listen to the voice and to the tone that we have. He wants us to be able to stand up and not be walked all over. But how many people have you thrown to the curb, for lack of a better statement, because you didn't know how to communicate with them, or you didn't like what they said, even though what they said might have been right? Because I always tell, a lot of times people say, well, I'm just going to tell my truth, and my truth is my truth. No, actually not. It's always three sides to one story: your side, their side, and the truth. And sometimes you need to listen to both sides in order to realize what the truth is. And another friend of mine was like, sometimes we got to be careful at how we throw people to the curb, because we in all of these prayer meetings, we praying together, we breaking bread together, but it's like one situation and everything's over. So the thing is, were you built on a solid foundation, or was your relationship built on sand? Because if one good wind blows and blows it all to hell in a handbasket, then you got to look at, what was the foundation to begin with. Were you really in prayer? Were you really connected? Were you really there for somebody? Because when we really start to realize what we're doing and how we're doing it, then and only then will we start to see things change. Then and only then will we start, especially as women, build relationships that are here to stay. Build relationships, because I mean, just what 2-3 weeks ago, we had a hard conversation with one of our girlfriends, because she thought we had left her out of something. But in all actuality, it didn't even cross our mind. We was like, you was feeling that kind of way. And we was like, you were feeling that kind of way. And we never knew. We never knew. And so, but the cool part is that we had the conversation. Think about it. We had never had that conversation where our relationship could have went. Our relationship could have went to hell in a handbasket for something we weren't even aware of because of the situation that was at hand. We didn't know that it was like we collectively had hurt her feelings and we didn't know because it never even crossed our mind. Because when you got so many things going on, you got this, you got that, you got so many things, it's certain stuff that just falls through the crack. But if you never bring it up, how do you think you're going to solve the situation? God wants us to be able to communicate with each other, be able to say, be able to forgive and be able to move on. Because some of this, I know, I mean, I've gone through some things this past year that where I had to forgive people. I literally sent somebody a text and told them and said that, I forgive them for the way that they handled me. And it wasn't because it wasn't because of them, but I knew I had to give for that forgiveness so I could make my heart grow stronger. I had to realize that I needed to be strong. I needed to be able to stand up and say, hey, I'm good. Hey, I know how to move forward. Because it's another thing, guys, as we're going through this season of having those hard conversations, guess what? Those hard conversations also include forgiveness. I know, right? I know, right? Forgiveness. We have got to learn how to forgive. We have got to learn how to show up in a room and have all different beliefs, but we can still have a cordial conversation. The problem is we have forgotten how to be cordial. We have forgot, I used to laugh when people say being politically correct. Y'all, we've forgotten how to be politically correct. We not, we're just not, well, it's just the way I feel. Okay, and it doesn't matter how you feel. It does matter how you feel, but we have to also be able to have those conversations with each other and be able to move on. We have to be able to have those conversations with each other and still be able to operate in the same room. We have to be able to have those conversations and be able to say, I just don't like the way you treated me. I don't like the way you talk to me. And be honest with your feelings and be able to know what you stand for and just stand for it. But we also have to be able to communicate in a way that we can all be heard. And sometimes you just got to flat out agree to disagree. But that doesn't mean you can't be in a friendship or a relationship with somebody because you agree to disagree. You know what I'm saying? Because this world, if everybody believed the same thing, everybody did the same thing, what would we be doing? God did not create us all to be alike. God did not give us all these different skin tones, all these different beliefs, all these different ideas for us to not get along. He didn't do all of this for us not to be able to show up for each other. He didn't do all of this just so we could be stuck in this one space. We have got to learn to get along with each other no matter what. Just because you are a Democrat, you're a Republican, you're independent, it doesn't matter. We have got to learn to agree and look at what's the best thing for everybody. We can't sit up and put your beliefs directly onto somebody else when yeah, you might believe this, but just because you believe it doesn't mean that everybody has to believe it. But we can still get along. I'd like some people. Okay, let me use this one. My whole family is football people, and I'm not. But I can't say I'm not gonna hang around them because they all like football, watching it every day, all day, and I'm not. That sounds silly, right? But think about how many people are putting friendships to the curb because of sports. Like, really? Really? Y'all, let's think about these things. And let's start to really be honest with each other and really start to show up for each other. And let's start to think about how can we have those hard conversations, as one of my girlfriends says, in the season of hard conversations. How can we have them and move on and be better people forward? How can we have them and move on and still be able to stand up for what we believe in? And y'all, that's what we got to do in this season and in this time, is set ourselves up that we are not killing ourselves where we can't make it to the next level, because we want to be able to be here for each other. Because as I always say, it's only lonely at the top because you didn't take anybody with you. And sometimes we can work so hard and work so much that we just don't do what we need to do. So that's it, y'all. Hey, and I need y'all to go ahead, sign up for my new blog. Y'all, I've been vlogging. They come out every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Sign up. We'll do this link. And you can definitely get on the blog. Y'all, I'm so excited about this blog. It's been so much fun. And I think this week's blog, I know this week's blog, we're going to be talking about how to have those hard conversations in this season, because we've got to get out here and do those things. Now, we got one more thing that's getting ready to come up, because also it's time for you guys to tell your story. We are getting ready to have a collaboration. We're looking for 21 contributors. 21 contributors. Now, the cool thing about this collaboration is that it's not a specific, how can I say this? It's kind of, well, we want you to look at it from, you could tell your personal story, but you can also do it in a short story format, because we're doing the collaboration project a little different this time. We are actually going to have hybrid sessions. We're going to have some in-person sessions and some sessions online. So if you're not in the Atlanta area, you can still join us um via Zoom. So we'll have Zoom sessions at the same time that we'll be in person. So you're going to have an opportunity to collaborate with people one on one and in that same space, because a lot of people need not a lot of people. I know I thrive when I have other people in the room. And you're going to be able to bounce ideas off of each other. You're going to be able to show up for each other. We're going to talk about, so many different things. So if you want to come out, use this link that right here, and come out to the information session. We're going to have three information sessions. Now, I promise you, at the first session, if we get all 21 people, once the 21 slots are closed, they are closed. If you're like right now, Deborah, I'm ready to roll, I don't need an information session, I just want to talk to you, DM me, inbox me whenever you see this, inbox me. And we're looking for 21 contributors for this collaboration project. And the information sessions will be on tomorrow, September the 16th, Saturday, September the 20th, and Sunday, September the 21st. We're going to have 3 sessions. So again, once those 21 spots are taken, they are taken, and then you're going to end up being on the waiting list for the next one, because our goal is that we want to help authors to tell their stories and get to that next level, because because a lot of times we write the books. I'm just going to be transparent. We write these books and we leave them on the shelf. Y'all, now this is our season and we're going to write the books. We're going to make sure we sell the books. We are just, because sometimes I know, like my first book, I didn't promote it at all. I'm just going to be honest. I did promote it like later, but it wasn't until I realized, like, oh my God, I really got a book that people want to read. And it's like I did it, and then I was like, then it clicked to me, oh, this is how you promote it. And so, I sold a lot of copies. I sold more copies than I expected, but it was still cool. It was still cool about how everything happened. So we want to help you see that vision, and so you can see yourself at your book signing, see yourself on your book tour, see yourself, uh showing up into the bookstore, be like, oh my God. Y'all, let me tell you, the first time somebody does it to you, you're gonna be blown away. We're gonna be honest. You're just gonna be blown away. And I want you guys to join this collaboration project. Or if you said, Deborah, I'm just ready to go, I want to do my own thing, y'all just drop me a message and I will get back to you, or and we will get you scheduled, because y'all, it's that time. We just signed a new client this week. I'm so excited about this project. I'll tell y'all more about that later. Y'all know, oh, wait a minute, let me go this way. Y'all know this is my new project right here. How I do it right here. Yeah, oh, I did it this time. Right here, Church Girl After Dark, y'all, the official book launch. We're gonna start pre-sales in November. We're gonna be pre-selling. I'm telling look, I'm telling you right now, we're gonna start pre-sales on Black Friday, and then the official book launch will be the official in-person book launch is gonna be in Houston, Texas. Yeah, I said it's gonna be in Houston. So get ready, y'all. I'm coming home to do my official book launch of Church Girl After Dark. And I'm so excited about that because I don't think I've ever done a book signing. I don't think I have. I don't think I've ever done a book signing at home. So I'll be coming home to Houston to do my official book launch in January 2026. So we got a lot of work ahead of us. So, all right, guys, I love you to life. You know, ain't nothing you can do about it. Y'all have a great one, because it's getting ready to go down. So you got 3 things. Let me remind you about what you're doing. You are going to, if you want to get information about I want you to join the blog. Here's the link for the blog again. If you want to get that more information about the collaboration project, get the collaboration project. And then, of course, my book. Go ahead and be on the lookout for the book that's going to be coming out in officially. We're going to have the first launch for the pre-sales on Black Friday, and then we'll be doing the official book launch in Houston, Texas in January. That's right, Sister Stewart, I'm coming home to do my book launch. And y'all, this is gonna be fire. I'm so excited about Church Girl After Dark. It's my first novel, my first jump. Yes, y'all, I did it. I finally finished it. So, all right, guys, I love you to life. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Have a great one. Peace.